We're an enterprise AI company trying to make their business more efficient, more profitable, more productive. And that's and it really started in media and entertainment, and thankfully that has kind of expanded into these other exciting verticals that we're in with the public safety and public sector, as well as talent acquisition. Our mission is to help improve the world by incorporating AI technologies into what we build and what we deploy in service for customers. It's not just about the end solution. It's, you got to think about the people involved, right? What's the potential impact of AI and these new technologies to society, to enterprises? Veritone is very passionate about not only building and licensing and selling these AI tools, but we are very committed to doing it in an organized and governed fashion, right? Adhering to our principles and other principles, AI for good. We have really four core tenets here when we are looking at and evaluating our AI solutions is really transparency, trust, security, and compliance. And then, as I've touched on, probably the most important to me is empowerment, to make sure that we are cognitively thinking about diversity, about inclusion, about transparency, about trust.
So there's a lot of different ways that we're thinking about AI for good in talent acquisition. So the AI is able to make decisions, and using predictive analytics and kind of real-time optimization to help inform hiring strategies and inherently reducing bias by taking gut reactions out of the process. So we need to make sure it's 100% clear what data we are providing, what impact our data and our AI is having on their end hiring process, so that they have a really clear understanding of what that looks like and where there's potential risk for bias. We partnered with a third-party firm to audit our technology, and we did this for a couple reasons. One, we wanted to really kind of just make sure that we had the right guardrails in place, right? We want to make sure we're not just kind of creating solutions and technology in a vacuum. We want to make sure that we're not inadvertently introducing bias into our recruitment technologies. It's really helpful to make sure that we're following our own standards, right? And that we are creating features and products that uphold those standards, that are fair and compliant, and that's something we're always going to prioritize. For HR professionals, I think there's a lot of fear and hesitation to adopt AI because they're not sure how to use it, right? They're in the business of people. They're not in the business of data and AI expertise. So Veritone is really here to make that easier for them.
We help represent some of the biggest iconic brands in media and really help them unlock not just the power of their content, but the power of their people. What it means for our customers is that they're going to have such visibility into everything that they've done and all the content they've created and everything that they're doing. And then at the end of the day, that's bringing more content to the customers when they want to consume it, where they want to consume it, and how they want to consume it. It's an amazing example of AI for good and what it's going to do for the organization and how it's going to protect their assets, but more importantly, how it's going to empower their staff to be able to do more with less.
The public sector team at Veritone, we focus on state and local and education, federal government on the civilian side, so DOJ, DHS, and then we focus on the government, DOD, and Intel. Law enforcement in particular is working hard to be open and transparent. But to do that, it's a lot of work. We've built some products specific to their needs that we feedback from those end users. We have a redaction product that allows you to get data out to the public quicker for transparency, both in terms of major events, but also with FOIA requests, Freedom of Information Act. So we try to make them more efficient. It takes about 10 hours of human time to use traditional tools to redact 1 hour of video. And depending on how complex it is, we're somewhere between 1 to 1 and 1 to 3 hours. We're helping it be more efficient. We're getting it out there quicker, and then all the public can see what happened much faster.
The adoption rate of AI is really fast. It is happening at a faster pace than any of the other, I'll call, technical innovations or revolutions that we had in the past. Generative AI is now completely shifting the paradigm once again. We're now transitioning from, I'd say, acting upon and leveraging data to creating new things. We think these tools are critical for advancing our society. We think it's critical that people understand and embrace these technologies. We're introducing these solutions and again, thinking about the human first, thinking about biases potentially in the training data or in the AI models themselves. It's imperative that we have the right practices, regulations, and frameworks to self-govern ourselves. There's not a lot of laws and regulations and legislation out there governing these right now. If you're going to be incorporating these technologies, you need to be able to communicate, document, and describe what are your core AI principles. And you don't have to start from scratch. Companies like Veritone, like AWS, are critical to driving and introducing use cases, right, and applications that are leveraging these powerful tools, but for good.